Harihi Om. A small analysis on the Mantra Pushpam, a divine flower, that which is filled with mantras. And what is this Mantra Pushpam, and in what way it is related to our Hrudaya Kamalam? So anyway, we will be hearing this Mantra Pushpam in our in puja times, in temples, and many they chant, they say this Mantra Pushpam every day. In this Mantra Pushpam, actually 3 lines are repeatedly said. Those 3 lines are Ya evam Veda, Yopam Aitanam Veda, Aitanavan Bhavati. Once again I am repeating. Ya evam Veda, Yopam Aitanam Veda, Aitanavan Bhavati. Actually, these 3 lines, almost all up to the end of the Mantra Pushpam, they are repeated again and again. Now, keeping these 3 lines aside, our heart is the Hrudaya Kamalam, as it is described. It is the place where the Lord dwells in ecstasy. And now here, another thing is that man is made up of the 5 elements. Just as the universe is made up of all the 5 elements. All the 5 elements. The 5 elements are the earth, ether, water, air, and fire. And our bodies also are made up of these 5 elements. All these 5 elements are there in our body. And if any one of these elements is absent, then we will be no more. And air is very essential for us. Our body itself is the gross, that is the earth. And water, so we know that 85% of our blood is with water only. The fire, Jhataragni, what we say, the combustion, what happens, what we eat. If that doesn't happen, then a man dies. Now here, that's the fire. So fire is over, air is over, water is over, earth is over. Earth is our body, gross body. Now last one is the ether, that is the sky. So we can see all these. But the Hrudaya Akasam, what they say, Hrudaya Akasam, the sky is the heart. In the heart there is that Hrudaya Akasam. So that's why it is termed like that. Right? And now here, why this is called Hrudaya Akasam? Manas Akasam, why can't they say? Why can't they call that mind as Manasika Akasam? No. Hrudayam, it is the Akasa. So here, because all the responses what we get, they spring from the heart, not the mind. So heart is subtle. Thoughts, they run in the mind. But the subtle heart, it gives the responses. It vibrates. Because of its vibration only, because of its pumping the blood only, purifying the blood and pumping the blood only, the circulatory system or the nervous system or the other systems, they work efficiently. Otherwise, they don't efficient. 1 second, or if it takes rest, then I think we'll go to for permanent rest. Permanent rest. So here, that's why it is called as Hrudayakasam. So all these eyes see, ears hear, the mouth talks, mind thinks. The other organs, they do their work. The intestines or the stomach or whatever it is, the other organs. But all the organs to function, heart is very much essential. If the heart is not there, the other organs, they will not work. No system will work in the body. So heart is otherwise called as the Hrudayakasam. And why it's called Hrudayakasam means because Akasam is endless. The space is endless. It has no limits. When we think of the creation, then we will be wondered. This is not one galaxy. There are some millions and millions of galaxies that are always trying to run away from one another. It's so, even to imagine also, it doesn't come to our mind to imagine. And when we imagine, then we feel the creation as so wonderful. So wonderful. So here, this Hrudayakasa means already we know that, suppose let us take Vaman Avatar or the Virat Rupam, what the Lord did. He extended up to the galaxies. In the Vaman Avatar, he extended up to the galaxies. Still there was so much space. In the same way, when our heart, when we peep inside the heart, when we touch our heart, or when anything touches our heart, then we will know the depth of our heart, and it is unending. Unending. So in this unending heart, the Lord dwells in ecstasy if we want him to dwell. If we want him to dwell. And how can the heart, and if we want him to dwell in our hearts, how we must be? How our heart must be? So pure and childlike, so simple and childlike, so simple and innocent, isn't it? And that is the truth. That is the truth. The truth is, so the word, what they say, ya evam veda, that is the truth. That is the truth. Yopam Aitanem Veda. So Yopam Aitanem Vedam, know that in this impermanent world, Drusyamana Prapancham, everything is impermanent, nothing is permanent. So if you want to be permanent, do you peep inside? Aitanavan Bhavati, you peep inside. You come on, you peep inside, you know yourself. You know from where you have come, where you have to go, what is your goal. So not simply being in the materialistic world, enjoying the materialistic world, again coming back into the materialistic world to enjoy the sorrows and joys. So this is not the beyond and end all of life. Especially when we say that man is the highest ideal that exists in the entire creation of God. So man is the highest ideal that exists in the entire creation of God. He is not a ordinary scientist, great scientist, greater than all the scientists together. He created us. He created all the material things. He created the material world. Amidst the material world, he wanted us to keep him in our Hrudayakasam. Knowingly, not unknowingly. Unknowingly, he dwells in us. If he is not there, we'll die. సో శివం ఉంటే మనిషి జీవం, శివం లేకపోతే శవం. శివం ఉంటే జీవం, శివం లేకపోతే శవం అనమాట. సో హియర్ ఇఫ్ he is not there, then we are a corpse. We are no more. But this is unknowingly. Knowingly, if we want Him to dwell in our hearts, what we must do, how we must be. So, how we must design our life, how to live on Dharma, how to lead the dharmic life, a life with moral values, human values, ethical values. Because all these don't come in one day. Transformation may come in one day. Like suppose we will be enjoying for years and years together, but a time comes when suddenly we change. We think, no, no, this is not the life. But to come to that stage, we must understand from the very young age that what is this world, to what extent we are permanent. So, what is the impermanency of this world? Everything is changing. So, whatever we see yesterday, we don't find today. Whatever has been some 30 years back, it's not today. But be it material or be it a being. So, in this impermanent world, when we can make our hrudayam so pure as a white paper, so pure, as clear as crystal, and invite God to dwell in that, then that Hrudaya Pushpam will become a Mantra Pushpam. That Hrudayam itself will become a Mantra Pushpam, and that Hrudayam we are offering to God. What we want more if the God dwells in our heart? Do we want anything? We don't want anything. If the Lord Himself comes and says to us, "Your heart is very pure. I will come and dwell in your heart." You called me, no. That's why I came. More than enough. What do we need more? We don't want anything. So when once our Hrudaya Kamalam, Hrudaya Akasam, or Hrudaya Kamalam, so Pushpam means flower, her Hrudaya Pushpam or Hrudaya Kamalam, Kamalam is flower. So that's why Hrudaya Kamalam, or because Kamalam, why we are using that word Kamalam is because Kamala Netraya, Kamalasanaya. So Srihari is a Kamalasanaya, Kamala Netraya, Kamalahastaya. So like that, he likes to dwell in the lotus flower, isn't it? So if we make our heart itself like the lotus flower, that's why I'm telling Hrudaya Kamalam, which becomes a mantra pushpam with the purity, with the sanctity, with the pure devotion towards the Lord. Then He comes and dwells in the heart, and we see through His eyes, we hear through His ears, we talk with His tongue, we live with in ecstasy because He dwells in us in ecstasy. So Mantra Pushpam actually we all read. We all read. And it is really a wonderful one. Mantra Pushpam is really a wonderful one. Wonderful one. But in a very simple way, how we can make our heart the Mantra Pushpam. Our heart the Mantra Pushpam for the Lord to dwell in us in ecstasy. That's what I just wanted to analyze in a very simple way. Just by reading something, uh, reading anything, we don't get that much of intuition unless we understand. We have to understand first. We have to understand everything. And then we have to peep into the depth of that. We have to peep into the depth of that. If we don't peep into the depth of that, superficially it's of no use. Because we know that the sea waves come onto the shore, we feel very happy. On seeing the waves itself, when we feel very happy, when we dive into the deep oceans, then we can see the wonder of the oceans. So, in the same way, by reading the Mantra Pushpam, if you feel so happy, then when our hearts get ignited by this Mantra Pushpam, then we can make our heart itself as that divine Hrudaya Kamalam. So, Hrudaya Mantra Pushpam. And that Hrudayam itself becomes a Mantra Pushpam which we offer to God for Him to dwell in us in ecstasy. Hari Om. Thank you.